You too have borne witness to this change, Your Eminences. And you know, as well as I, who is responsible for it. A puppet now sits upon the throne, but cut his strings, and the Master loses her power!
What?
Dion, you bear steel before your Emperor? Guards! Take him!
For every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. Those were your words. But when the last of your citizens has fallen, and all of their homes have been reduced to ash, what will become of your empire, of its rulers, of your god? As the Mother Crystals crumble one by one, and the Blight sweeps in to claim all that we hold dear, our people look to their Emperor for protection. Yet he labors not to secure their futures, but to seize what is left of the twins for himself! Even if it should come at the cost of everything his loyal citizens have labored to build!
Dion, you must understand.
A small price to pay, is it not? You've been blessed with great power, Dion. Enough to win me the world. So go, claim Valisthea for me, brother.
Dion.
Gods! Gods!
Father.
Poor father. How he doted on his children. That he would die to protect me was plain. It was but a matter of when.
You planned this?
You did well to endure so long. But you broke in the end, as I knew you would. And now Muthos approaches. Put him to the proof. I would see if he breaks. Go, Bahamut. Kinslayer.
Not again.
Brother?
It's a long story.
You cannot stay here, Mother. Come. Take my hand.
Get away from me! This is all just a dream! Just a bad dream! You will not take me, Shadow! You will not take me!
Mother.
If it is consciousness that weaves your wills together, consciousness that blurs the boundary between your own will and that of others, then we shall set you apart once more. The ties that bind you shall be severed, and humanity return to its proper place. By primogenesis shall a new age of reason begin.
Relax, Your Majesty. Don't you want to play? It's been a long time.
If that is your wish.
Men, you are as meek as all the others.
Such feeble creatures. Gifted the power of icons, yet slaves to fickle emotions which usher you to your doom. And so you bind your fragile wills with strands of consciousness.
The wretched handiwork of a wretched people.
The sons of fire were united at last, and for but a moment their flame burned bright. Soon Muthos shall become our perfect vessel.
And then shall the world be remade.
Not before the bonds are severed, of trust, of respect, of love. Only when every strand of consciousness is cut away, may Muthos return to our side. By primogenesis shall all be undone. Mankind shall be rid of his wretchedness, and Muthos of his will. But while he yet clings to it, he has the power to forge bonds anew, and so we bid you. Find Muthos, and sever every one.
To destroy that which has no physical form. You ask the impossible.
There is nothing your black blade cannot cut, Odin. We shall unite with Muthos, and bring forth a new world. So long as our vessel remains unclaimed by humanity.
It shall be done, Master. My will is yours. Mother.
How is your brother?
Asleep since I returned from the Dominion. Taya says he should be back on his feet soon enough. For a while, at least. She discovered something on his chest. A swelling, circled in stone.
The curse. For every mountain we climb, another rises up to greet us, doesn't it?
It's never ending. Even the sky seems to have grown tired of it all. Tony won't be happy if I disturb Joshua while he rests. as well see what Otter has to say. Hopefully it's nothing. But I should speak to... Blackthorn.
Not really, no.
This won't take long. I just wanted to ask how you're getting on, and you might still be doubting your craft. Perhaps sharing your thoughts might help.
That bastard's luck at still. You got a keen eye, I'll give him. He's just, well...
And that was?
A sword. And not the metal itself. You could slice a man clean.
So that's what...
No.
And if you knew how we could arm the curse breakers...
That's about it.
I'll see what I can find out. Sharper swords are always welcome, and we can't have our master blacksmith.
You're a soft touch, but I can't say I'm not grateful for it. Good luck, eh?
Thank you. Let's see what Karen knows about this sword. You're looking well, Karen.
What do you want?
I want to know about the sword you showed Blackthorn.
Running around after him again, are you?
I suppose I am, yes.
Little wonder, I suppose. There's not many like that make it as far as the twins, and those that do go, which made it nice and easy.
Can you tell me who bought it?
You think I tell people it? Suppose you're not likely to get fine. If you Lord Ignac's the man you want, Delmechian bloke. And he's got more money than sense, which is why he's one of my favourites. Reckon he'll still be at the inn in Dal...
Thank you.
Oh. Clive. Go on, then. It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know. You'll not find a better price than that. You're rubbing me blind, you know. You'll not find a better price than that. Finished, are you?
see that? Tell me you saw that.
Otto.
The route, as long as you look past the fat storms out mother crystals and her skies are a roiling cesspit.
And Gav?
He's with your uncle in the Free Cities, helping Mid with her project. Sent an owl their way the moment the winds turn foul.
Do you have any good news?
Well, that depends on your definition of good.
All right, fine. What do you suggest we do?
Oh, no, I'm just the messenger. I'll leave the scheming to those more suited to the task. Could be that Lady Vivian and Old Tomes have their own thoughts on the... Could be that they don't.
I suppose...
How is it that every one of your little excursions presages some inexplicable catastrophe? Not that you are to blame for the Dominion's fate. No.
I'm sorry I couldn't save your home.
My countrymen are stronger than you think. A few toppled clock towers won't break their spirits. They'll be back on their feet in no time.
I hope so.
Look at us. Tempting though it may be, sulking will not help us find...
You believe there's one to be found?
I don't know.
Beneath these darkened skies, fear and confusion reign over Valisthea. Oh, the lands around the fallen Mother Crystals had already begun to wilt for want of ether. But not like this. Crystals that filled wells and fueled furnaces. Now nothing but pretty shards of rock. And those that hang from the people's necks cast nary a glimmer of light to keep the dark at bay. It is only a matter of time before the common folk convince themselves that the end of days is upon us. Yet I fear a swift end is more than we can hope for. While most of the world thirsts for ether, the remainder drowns in it, spawning Akashic in droves. And amidst the hordes of mindless beasts, with magics as like to fail as function, even the strongest nation would falter. Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom teeter on the brink of collapse, while the tragedy in Twinside has all but paralyzed the Holy Empire. Dhalmekia fares little better. Rumor has it the ministers fled the capital after the fall of Drake's Fang, leaving their beloved republic to crumble. Waloed, meanwhile, moves in earnest. The Einherjar has been sighted off Storm. The world, in short, is in chaos. It would seem our civilization was nothing but a castle of sand, to be washed away at the whim of the waves.
A castle of sand.
Not my best flourish, but it seemed fitting. The reports I've received are considerably more blunt in their appraisal. Without the protection of their nations, it will fall to the people to defend themselves against those who would take what is theirs.
Which is only ever going...
Defending but pitchforks and palisades will do little to stall an army's advance. Should the King of Waloed deign to invade, there would be none to stop him.
seems the hideaways.
Is a storm coming, Sid?
Let me guess.
Is there anything you don't know, Lawsman?
It doesn't. That, I believe, is a question the Fallen might be better placed to answer than I. And on the 6th day, did the gods tear the sun from the firmament, visiting darkness upon their prideful sons and daughters. But I dare say you remember your childhood lessons on the sins of Zemeckis only too well.
You think they're connected? That Ultima was one of the gods responsible?
Well, he has certainly exhibited powers that we mortals would associate with the divine.
There is nothing divine about him.
But he wouldn't be the first god of whom that could be said, now would he? Yet for all the fairy tales that tell of the sins, there is almost nothing in the way of actual historical accounts. Had I the Journal of Moss the Chronicler, I may have been able to tell you more, but alas, I fear all remain. You will forgive me, I hope?
Certainly not. Because there is nothing to forgive. Even without this journal, you've provided us ample wisdom. And we will always be grateful for it. Perhaps Otto will be more inclined to share his thoughts when he hears what the others had to say.
Clive, we have a problem.
Only one. That would be a first.
It would. Actually, there are 3. We had as many owls arrive while you were at the shelves. Martha's got a Akashic out her gates, and talk of monsters roaming the hills outside of Northreach has put the wind up Isabel and her lot.
And don't forget Dalimil. Lubor says the village was raided by bandits.
When it rains...
It fucking pours. The curse breakers are spread thin, taking stock of the damage in the Dominion. And even if I could get word to all of them, I doubt they'd get here in time to make any real difference. Which means there's only 2 people who can.
Jill and I.
Let them know we're on our way.
Fucking thieving bastards!
Sid! Should I be worried?
You haven't been introduced.
Jill, Clive has told me much about you.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said that Dalimil has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although, you're a little late. They left with our food and guild days ago.
Any idea where they went?
The desert's a big place. Your guess is as good as mine. But the fact is, I have more immediate concerns.
What did you say to me?
As if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus about how to solve Dalimil's little problem. And at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandit. I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but...
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Sid.
Suppose we just follow the shouting.
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit.
blood for blood. It's the only... We hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our walls as a lesson to the rest.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? Are you going to hire more? We're better off using that coin to buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, the only thing we're buying is the bandits' ire. And you cannot fill empty bellies with that.
But what happens when they come back? Maybe it'll be your throat that's slit.
That's enough. Both of you. Any more of this and I'll throw you out myself. Come back when you're ready to talk like adults.
Victor. What's he doing here?
Sid.
I was about to...
Costness isn't the Briar's Kiss here in Dalimil is the only place I can reliably obtain supplies. I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles. He thought I might be able to talk some sense into these fools.
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's. These accursed skies. The darkness, or an entire city for that matter.
We're still working on the skies. But in the meantime, perhaps we can find a solution to Dalimil's problems.
I hope so.
Haven't we had enough fighting?
People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to try.
My reputation will be ruined! Ruined!
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac, I beg of you, before you do yourself a mischief.
Pardon the intrusion.
Out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed.
Please, allow me to apologize. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and...
Radim!
Very good, Lord Ignac. Would you mind stepping outside for a...
I'm sorry if I've caused you...
That? No, he has been dispossessed of his luggage, you see.
I don't suppose a single edge... Then I'll... You want an audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes should be enough.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse.
I don't suppose...
I did not. No. Every ill-gotten coin in Dalimil is set to pass through that disreputable...
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence.
That will be very kind of you.
Farewell.
I would have been to the bastards myself.
We're not alone.
Yes! got company! Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off!
This must be Ignac's luggage. Nothing seems to be damaged. All right.
I hear I have you to... What's your wife? Well,
You're a peculiar fellow, Wyvern. Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single-edged sword you recently acquired.
Oh, Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here.
It was made in the Outer Isles, far beyond the Twin, and is used exclusively by the practitioners of a unique school of swordsmanship. They believe no combat should ever exceed a single strike, and hone their blades to such perfection. Each sword is made for that one perfect stroke, and for that stroke only. There's a brutal sort of beauty to it, really.
But how do they hone such an edge?
Why, they use a whetstone, of course.
Whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10,000 but it is the final stone which lends the blade its legendary sharpness. A mineral, quite, and that is the key. Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to services rendered. Take this, the very stone of which I spoke. Far rarer among collectors than even the blade itself, and a far more fitting payment.
Thank you.
Pardon. I am locked in bitter competition. I am one step ahead of the unscrupulous scoundrel, but he is hard at my heels.
And there are many other collectors out there.
Too many to count, but only one do I consider my nemesis. Lord Byron Rosfield, and is a perennial thorn in my side.
I can imagine.
Farewell, Wyvern. May our paths cross again. Radim, we mustn't dawdle.
I think his lordship is rather taken with you, Master Wyvern. Coming, my lordship.
Trust Uncle Byron to find such an interesting rival. Now, let's see what Blackthorn makes of this whetstone chip.
So, you see my predicament?
What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid, but if left to smolder, that anger and fear.
My thoughts both sides wish to protect their homes and livelihoods, if only they could agree on how.
And if there's one thing bandits like...
What would Cid the Outlaw say?
Well, if it were my namesake, he'd let them choose for themselves, and be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all went wrong.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. While it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie will countenance the other's proposal, it may still be possible to make them doubt their own. Before presenting them with a third option.
And that would be?
To pool our resources and save the city ourselves. Why fight each other?
When all that fear and anger can be directed at the bandits.
It appears we have a plan of action. Victor, pay Conrad a visit. See if you can't convince him of his folly.
As you wish.
Your faces are not well known in this town. Don't worry, Victor and I will do most of the talk. Play along.
What he means to...
Picture it, Conrad. Conrad. May I introduce you to Jane, commander of the Red Wing?
A pleasure, my lady.
The... pleasure?
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canver to inquire about a contract.
Victor says you told him no.
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us Red Wings. You know of the 7 high houses? There must be... Granted, we have a few boys left. If it's...
Well, Conrad, are you saying that Dalamil's finest cannot defend this town better than a gaggle of unblooded, that a band of beardless youths could better avenge the deaths of your brave men?
Absolutely not. We'll show those bastards who they did.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Conrad's not what you call the brightest candle in the crypt. And there's a reason why I had you do the talking and not Cid. Well played, my lady.
Oh, I'm ruined. My shop.
If I had my pickaxe, I would...
I mean, it may still be possible to buy some. Ah, here he is now. Natalie, allow me to introduce Lord Underhill of Randalar's prestigious League of Merchants.
Lord Underhill. At your service.
Underhill?
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord, and how you were lamenting the state of the capital's stores.
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty, but that war and the Blight mean this season's harvest won't be in...
Indeed, sir. The nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of barley and wine, driving the prices higher than most commoners can afford. It is only a matter of time before the peasants revolt.
It is worse than I thought. If what Lord Underhill says is true, I fear we have little hope of supplementing our stores, meager though they regrettably are. And while I applaud your endeavors to dissuade our more bellicose citizens from seeking vengeance, I sense Conrad is not wrong in his assessment of the... Which means that now, more than ever, if our humble town...
All right. But you needn't have gone through this charade.
Thank you, Clive. Your performance was nothing if not workmanlike.
She saw right through it.
I didn't say it was good, merely that it produced the desired effect. Now, my scouts should be returning shortly.
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
It appears I have no choice but to do.
I don't know. Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
Mummy, I'm scared.
Good news, Cid. Both Conrad and Natalie have somewhat gracefully accepted their new roles. With time, they may even learn to...
Time no longer appears to be the luxury it was before lunch.
I take it your scouts found the bandits.
Technically, it would be the bandits who found my scouts. It appears they march for Dalimil as we speak. All of them.
You're not serious.
They don't just want food, they want the whole damn...
I have a favor to ask. I'm told the bandits march in 2 groups, one from the south and one from the desert, in a move doubtless intended to stretch our already gossamer-thin defenses.
Very well. Jill and I will meet those from the desert.
The rest, my friend, the city shall fight. The stakes, I concede, are high. But if this does not unite Dalimil, nothing will.
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands around each other's throats but a moment ago.
Then it will be for us to see that their hands are kept...
I thought you might say that.
We'll hold them off for as long as we can.
And we will do the same.
The women folk have come to us.
I'll take that one.
He's all yours.
Overwhelm us.
The town...
I don't hear any fighting.
That we should hurry.
Natalie, you did well out there.
Without you, there would have been no line to hold. You saved us, Conrad.
We all saved Dalimil.
Conrad seems to have had a change.
I'd say they both...
I take it from your presence that our visitors from...
The plan worked, Cid. Granted, it only took an army of bloodthirsty bandits at our gate.
Calm now, Victor. Why quibble over the details? We are united. As for you, Cid...
I'll take that as a compliment. Sorry for that. Hopefully he'll agree with...
You learned something.
I did better than...
A whetstone?
Yes. But not one you'll find anywhere in Valisthea.
No wonder I couldn't get the same finish on the grinding wheel. One hit and all done, eh? Might not be so bad if all you ever fought were duels. Good luck on the battlefield.
Even so, is there some way it could be used to give the curse breakers an edge?
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of steel, but there'd be no replacing this little rock once I worn it down to a sliver. I reckon we get a dozen swords from it, if that. Swords that the curse breakers wouldn't know how to wield properly, and that would see them through a single fire piece. Nah, no point trying to copy that thing. Be about as much use as a wax anvil. But finishing our blades with a whetstone this fine, now that's something to consider. And what's finer than fallen masonry, eh? Or more hard-wearing, for that matter. Just imagine it. Good Valisthean steel with an edge as sharp as any found in the Outer Isles. I won't make a copy, nah.
I'm sure the curse breakers will be delighted. Just don't push yourself too hard.
Don't you worry about me, Sunshine. I'll be working day and night. Hey, thanks, Clive. I mean it. I owe you one. August 2. It's good to know someone's looking out for me.
You'll be happy to hear you said that.
And I'll see that my debt to you's paid. First new blade I make's got your name on it. You come and find me when you've got the materials.
Right?
Trouble with your gear, or... What do you want? Not bad, if I do say so myself. Anything else?
Did you see the pair that got pulled into...
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Let's go. No need to ride from here. out here. Greetings, Your Majesty. Your reign is over. Now to collect... This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more. That should do it. If the wine needs more than this, fetch it himself.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw it.
We've received word that the displacement stacks have arrived safely.
All this fuss over a few dark clouds.
All right there, Sid. How's that hunt for the bomber? That's the stuff. You're right. There we have it. The Telemon Alembic. And it works just like the chief said it would.
Very impressive.
Says the man who cut down a burning boulder.
There's no need. The good it will do.
Don't be... Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours? The one you keep your potions in.
What kind of magic?
We happen to have isolated a substance in our test run of the Alembic that I reckon will make even the toughest leather supple as anything. Thought we might use it to breathe new life into old boots and the like. Save the hideaway a few, Gil. Ah, I reckon if we slap a bit on your bag, it'll loosen it up enough for you to squeeze in a bottle or two more.
Well, it can't hurt to try, I suppose.
That's the spirit! Well, what do you reckon?
It certainly feels more flexible.
Right? Told you.
Thank you. I think.
No. For supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavors. And I'm telling you,